Magic is real. Those people who use it want you to believe that it doesn't exist. That is the most powerful thing to accomplish. That way you don't have competitors. And we can say that there is black magic, the one that is used to harm people. We can say white magic, the one that can be used to create a better world. And within the dark magic, we can say that you have something called scientism, a form of science that gives you some truth and at the end makes you believe in many other things to accomplish full power or full control over you. Before I start talking about the three different types, you can look at the picture that I have chosen. This picture is taken from the Vatican. It's one of those, they call it art inside. And remember, always pay attention to the sayings. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So you have, you look at the picture here, and you are looking at 3 dragons in the main area. Over here, hopefully you get to see it, there is 1 dragon behind this man who might be supposedly an angel. And over here you got in the center a dragon also. And the third one is over here. They really don't seem to be fighting against the dragons. They seem to be more like exalting the dragon. Why else would the dragon be at the center? And they seem to be friends of the other 2 dragons. There are dragons everywhere in this picture. You can also see some dragons over here and on the other side. I'm not saying dragons are bad, but the Bible does talk about dragons being the deceiver. The deceiver is usually a dragon, a snake. And so based on that, we can see the picture tells you 1,000 words. So there's a big story here. Then you see also the crown of the Pope here on top, and he has 3 crowns in 1 crown. Okay, so I have chosen this picture to show you how and what symbols they use everywhere. Now, coming back to the dark magic, you have a science that teaches you at school a nice experiment how to boil water, and you learn that it boils at 100 Celsius, okay, and it's true. So now you take that as science is not lying to me. Also, people with great jobs that earn lots of money usually have degrees, so this must be a good thing. So your mind starts constructing, taking evidence from what it sees, and it's natural, of course. This is how we are put together, right? So this is how we are in this world, and then you are told stories about how the Earth is spinning around in the universe and going at so many thousands of miles, and even though you haven't seen it, you believe it. And even though your senses will tell you that when a car is moving, you feel the movement, and when the earth is moving, you also feel the movement, and it's called an earthquake. But in the absence of proof, we are taught to believe on a scientist, to believe on a doctor or professor or anyone that has a degree on a particular subject. Well, we have to be careful on what we believe, because if we just blindly believe something, then we can fall victims of magic. And so the same goes with news. We hear something on the news, must be true. It must be true because it was on TV. But if we really start thinking about it, do we have to believe what we heard on TV? Okay. So, how does this magic begin? I would say that it begins with the story of Santa Claus. Your own parents are taught indirectly that they should tell you a story about how a fat man with a red suit goes down the chimney and brings you a gift during Christmas. And you believe it. Why wouldn't you? Your own parents are telling you this story. And I remember when I think I was 8 years old and I went to school and I was talking to some friends about how Santa Claus was going to bring me this and that. And they started laughing. And I said, it's not possible. My parents wouldn't lie to me. So I went home and I talked to my mother about it. And I said, I can't believe you could lie to me. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. What about Jesus? Is he also a lie? And she said, no, don't say that, son. Don't say that. It was so funny because how could I now believe on what she would say if she had completely lied to me about an invisible man who I had never seen, who comes down the chimney and who brings gifts, supposedly? For me, bringing a gift was a miracle. So she had told me about a man named Jesus who supposedly at around the same date, actually it's the same date, you get the gift and that's the day he was born. And but so then the next question is, Mother, did you see Jesus? No. Okay, you didn't see Jesus. Then how can you believe in this Jesus? Can it be that, of course, I didn't ask this question at this time to her, but later in life, I got to think about this. And I got to see how the magic was first used and how an example was given to us about this man who doesn't exist, but it's a story that everybody keeps on telling their children. And now we are also confronted with another story. None of our ancestors saw this Jesus character. I believe in Jesus. I went to church despite of what my mother did to me at first. I saw a book and I continued to believe in this story. But the story also was full of holes. Interesting how the Bible is called the Holy Bible. Usually in language, they teach us that if something is full of holes, it means that it doesn't hold water. It's not true. Coincidentally, it's called the Holy Bible. Interesting. Well, if we continue analyzing the words, we will find even more interesting things. But let's first see what these magicians are trying to do to us. You do not feel the earth moving. So for all you know, the earth is not moving. But you will choose to not trust your senses, but to trust someone else's opinions. Then this becomes very powerful, because now you have relinquished the trust or the judgment that you have been endowed to accept someone else's. You see the sun moving in the sky, and you say, obviously the sun is moving around us. And the science says, no, that's just what you see, but you're wrong. And then you look at the moon moving in the sky and you say, well, the moon is moving around us. And at this time, science tells you, yes, the moon is moving around us. So, which one is it? So, as a person who trusts in himself, I will not believe any of these other things until they're proven to me. And I don't have to believe them because others will tell me that I am mentally retarded, or that I did not finish elementary. I don't care what these other liars say. I don't care what these agents will try to say. Because I am. I am. Then we look at pictures also. We all know that there are special effects, there are special ways how to put together a film. So are we to believe a film just because we saw it on TV? And the answer is no, we're not. So the magician has taken everyone's trust. Everyone or everybody has decided to believe in these people with degrees, with pieces of paper that are nothing more than a piece of paper, called diplomas. That does not give you true knowledge of something. The truth is, humans are easy to deceive. We are easy to deceive. And only the analyzing, the deep analyzing, can help us to find the truth. So what else goes into this black magic? You have an impartial body called so-called impartial body called science, and this one is supposed to do experiments that can be replicated to find the truth. And yet we don't really know the origin of our universe. They will tell you that they will teach you a theory as a fact that we all came from the Big Bang, which also it's interesting because the Big Bang, what is this? Bang is used for something else. So they are using also these words to try to give you a hint. Then we have religion, right? Religion is the other way on how the magician can control the population that has been deceived. You create a story and you indoctrinate everyone since they are very little, and you put a central figure that everyone respects. All presidents and kings around the world kiss the hand of the Pope, or they respect the pastors, right? Then people subconsciously start thinking that this person is worth hearing